Far. It is 21 minutes to 5 o'clock. You're listening to Home Run on CBC Radio One. I'm your host, Sue Smith. And you know, we've been talking about this before on this show. Voters under 35 have the lowest voter turnout rate in the country. Well, now there's a new social media campaign that is trying to get their attention with hockey. It is called Vote Slapshot. Organizer Mike Taylor joins me on the line. Good afternoon, Mike.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me on.
So tell me about the campaign. What do you want people to do?
Sure. Well, it's a very novel idea, and the idea is, it's really done in 3 steps, and we put out this video that's getting a lot of traction. It's gotten a lot of traction on the media, and we really encourage people to check it out because the intro aspect of it is quite funny and quite humorous because we made we printed out some face cutouts of the politicians. So we have them skating on ice. We have Thomas Mulcair, we got Stephen Harper, we got Elizabeth May, and it's quite entertaining. And so that kind of gets people's attention. But what the cause is, it's very much similar to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in that it's a social media nomination cause. So we broke it down into 3 steps in the video. And what you do is, step 1, you commit to vote. So you're obviously going to film this. Millennials, 18 to 35-year-olds will be participating in this. They'll film it. So step 1, they'll look into the camera. They'll say, I commit to vote on October 19th. And then step 2 is to take a slap shot. All the while, they'll be wearing Canadian NHL hockey team jersey or something Canadian while they're on camera, and they'll take a slap shot. And that can come in a variety of ways. We showed lots of different examples, but we just want to encourage people to have fun, be creative, whether you grab a little mini stick and you shoot a slap shot with that, or in the video we kind of had a funny scene where somebody's taking a wooden spatula and shooting it. So that's step 2, and there's lots of ways. And then step 3 finally is you nominate 3 friends. So we're really optimistic about the response that we've had so far, and I think that it could be a great way to kind of do it in a fun light to encourage and promote the youth vote.
So, I note that you said you got some inspiration from the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. Why did you decide to choose hockey?
Well, it doesn't get much more Canadian than that, obviously, and it coincides. It just happens to coincide with the start of the preseason. Pretty much is coming up pretty soon, and so there's a bit of excitement with that. But I don't know, just Slapshot just made sense. It seemed like a great idea to get people to dress up if they have NHL hockey team jerseys. I don't know, it just didn't seem like another option. But and we really tried to make it accessible to people by showing examples in the video to show that it can be done in an easy way.
Right.
And when we think back to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, when I first saw it, I thought, hey, these people are dumping ice on themselves. Is this crazy? But that took off. So we're optimistic that it will take off.
So tell me about your personal interest in this. You've started this campaign, you made the video. Why are you so passionate about this?
Well, I'm a teacher, and I had the summer off and some free time, and I really got engaged in the housing debate. I'm from Vancouver, actually, and so, it's a red-hot housing sector there.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a couple articles that landed in the newspaper, and one of the articles that I wrote was really, the title was interesting. It was kind of a clickbait-type title, and it was, Millennials Bear Responsibility for Housing Unaffordability. So what I was saying was that just by the fact that millennials don't vote, they don't engage in the process, we're partly, in some ways, to blame because the government doesn't feel the need to, adhere to us because we're not serious stakeholders. And, I think that just translates over to the federal government and the way that, the government responds to our needs as millennials in terms of public policy. And so I think that if we get the vote numbers up, because last election, it was in 2011, it was just 4 out of 10 18 to 35-year-olds that voted. So, you compare that with 60% of the general population. That's just not good enough. And I say in the video that, we represent 25% of the Canadian electorate. So we have a real opportunity, if we wanted to decide the outcome of the election.
I guess, although it strikes me, of course, it goes both ways. Why, you must have talked to a lot of millennials. Why do you think young people decide not to vote?
Well, I think that's it's the big question, right? And they've looked at it and studied it. It's complex. I think there's a certain percentage of millennials that just feel disenfranchised. They are apathetic. They think that their vote doesn't count. There's a lot of reasons, and I'm not sure why that is. I don't think that the candidates have done a good enough job, though it's not easy. It's good, but I don't think they've done a good enough job in really speaking to the issues of young people. I know that Trudeau was speaking about it quite recently, but there hasn't been that much. I don't feel like millennials are really being connected to by politicians. So, yeah.
All right, and what has been the response so far?
So far, it's been really good. It's just really taken off, and the responses are great. So we're really hoping, it takes a little bit of time to go viral, and we really are encouraging people to, on the weekend, 18 to 35-year-olds, to get out and actually participate in this and take a slap shot and have some fun with it.
All right. Good luck, Mike. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's Mike Taylor. He's the organizer of Vote Slapshot. They've got a campaign on Facebook, and we will tweet out the link, but it's Vote Slapshot Challenge. I'd love to know what you think. Do you think it would work? Is that going to rekindle your interest, do you think? If kind of like an ice bucket challenge idea? Our text line is 514-566-90.